Aloha, welcome back to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. I'm your host and coach, Gina Ryan, and I'm so happy to be with you again today as we consider the many ways to bring your mind and body back to its natural peace and calm. Welcome back. If you're tuning in today, you're in for the third part of my fascinating conversation with John Assaraf. If you missed part 1 and 2, I highly recommend listening to those before diving into this episode. They're packed with incredible insights. Here we go to the final part of my 3-part series with John Assaraf. And to actually use the negative thought that comes up or the rumination or the physical feeling of anxiety as the awareness of, oh, there it is. Okay, so that's still there.
Right.
Just as an awareness, we don't have to go down what I call the wormhole with it. We can just use it as an awareness. Oh, that's still there. Okay, it means you got to get back on the other track again. What am I doing to help myself not be there anymore?
Well, there's another piece to it that's worth really, understanding a little bit.
Okay.
There's a difference between emotions and feelings.
Yes.
Right? So all of our emotions are triggered in this implicit subconscious mind. Right? I'll give you all an example. I want you to think for just a moment that wherever you are, in your car, actually, it might be dangerous in your car, but you'll understand what I mean in a moment. In your home, in your kitchen, your business, doesn't matter, friend's house, doesn't matter. I want you to imagine that at the corner of your eye, regardless of what you're doing right now, you hear something slithering and you realize it's a 10-foot python that weighs about 250 pounds as you look at it, and it is slithering fast towards you, and it looks like it wants to curl around your neck. There are some people that just heard my words and they just got a little anxious. And there's other people that go, oh my God, where's my camera so I can take a picture?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So some
Interesting.
people, stress, oh my God, I don't like snakes. Well, so let me ask you a question. If not everybody reacts the same way to me talking about a snake, then it cannot be the snake that's causing you to feel that way.
Right.
So it's not the thing that you think it is.
Yeah.
So just like we develop these beliefs,
Yes.
some people develop a belief either through their own experience or what they saw on TV or what they heard or through their mother or sister that was afraid of snakes. So you learned to be afraid of snakes. So the snake in your subconscious minds equals possible danger, pain, death, and you're not safe. So you react, even if you haven't had the experience with a snake yourself, in accordance with the pattern in the brain.
Right. Yeah.
So feelings are the sensations in our body as a result of the neurochemicals that are subconscious released because of the meaning we have around the thing.
So the perception of it, the way that they personally, because it isn't the thing.
Yeah, the meaning, the perception. Yeah. So when that happens and we have stress, worry, fear, anxiety, doubt, uncertainty, panic, we know that a part of the brain called the sympathetic nervous system has been activated.
Yeah.
Now, why do you need to know this? Well, we have two parts to our nervous system. We have the parasympathetic, which is our ability to be calm so we can respond. And we have our sympathetic nervous system, which means we're going to automatically react at the lowest level of training we have.
Yeah.
So when somebody has anxiety over and over and over and over again, they're just repeating a pattern that's become automatic. And they don't know how to interrupt that pattern and turn off that sympathetic nervous system. What I call is Frankie's monster behind me, which most people will not be able to see. I have the Stein cousins. and I have Frankenstein's monster in a picture, and I have Einstein in a picture as well. And they remind me that there's like two parts of my brain. This part of my brain is what I want to achieve, how I can achieve that, how good it will feel, who it will benefit, and then here's my plans to do it. But then I have Frankie's monster that's always going, yeah, but what if? Negative. What if, I fail? What if it happens again? What if I lose? What if I'm embarrassed, ashamed, ridiculed, judged, rejected, unloved, abandoned? What if I lose? What if negative? And we all like gas pedals in our car and brakes in our car.
Yes.
Well, what if I shared with you that the part of your brain that's going off is actually going off to protect you?
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to protect you anymore the way it used to when you were a child.
Yeah.
When you were experiencing maybe some of the things that's causing you to be anxious. So now you mentioned something a couple of times, Gina, and that is I need to become more aware.
Yeah.
So when I feel anxious, when I'm ruminating over and over and over again, just an automatic part of my brain has gone off, and it's going to cause ants, ANTS, automatic negative thoughts. And one of my friends, Dr. Daniel Amen, coined that
Love him.
years ago.
Yeah.
And we want to shift over to APTs, or automatic positive thoughts. And a gal by the name of Dr. Barbara Fredrickson came up with I think it's a 3-to-1 or the 5-to-1 positivity to negativity ratio. Whenever we have an automatic negative thought, whenever we have, where we catch ourselves ruminating negative, whenever we feel anxious, whenever we're feeling stressed out, first of all, let's just be aware it's a pattern that's running, like software that just turned on.
Certainly.
And as opposed to being a victim of it and it controlling us, why not say, okay, I just became aware of okay, I'm talking negatively, I feel negative, I feel anxious. Are you aware? Are you aware, and this is for everybody, that if I just, in my moment of awareness, if I just became aware and I just did this, I call this inner size number 1. It's called Take 6, Calm the Circuit. Now, if I'm stressed, worried, anxious, panicking, I've done this with my wife who had a panic attack after a major surgery. I had her just, honey, look in my eyes. And for all of you, you might be alone. I want you to breathe in as slowly as you can in through your nose, as deeply as you can to fill in your lungs, and then hold it for like 3 seconds and just count 3, 2, 1. And then when you breathe out, I want you to pucker your lips, purse them, and breathe out like you're breathing out through a straw. Slowly, slowly, slowly. That's 1. And feel your stress or anxiety just shrinking, okay? Like air coming out of a balloon when you're releasing, right? And so we do that 6 times. In through your nose slowly, out through your mouth slowly. The first thing that happens is we switch off the sympathetic stress, worry, doubt, anxiety circuit, because everything's a circuit in the brain, and we turn on the calm circuit. So I'm going to do 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth as slowly as possible. And then for the last 3, I'm going to start using some self-talk now. So now on my 4th one, I'm going to go, I'm breathing in calmness. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. I am releasing all stress, worry, anxiety, and I feel great. That's number 4. 5, I breathe in confidence and certainty, and I release all stress, doubt, worry, anxiety, and I feel great. It's 5. Number 6, I breathe in calmness and happiness and joy right now. And I'm adding emotion to it, as you can tell. And I release the anxiety. I release the negative rumination. I release the disempowering feel. I release, and I feel so good right now. That's less than 90 seconds. And here's what we also know. when you keep thinking about what you're feeling, anxious, depressed, worried, doubtful, when you keep thinking about it, you're releasing neurochemicals cause you to feel. Then you're feeling what you think about, and you think what you feel about. And are you aware you just keep making that circuit stronger?
Yes.
So what we want to do is be aware and stop it, interrupt the pattern, and then create and reinforce and strengthen a new pattern. So I just shared with you inner size number 1.
Yeah.
Then you can add inner size number 2 to that. So just remember, you strengthen your physical muscles with walking or Pilates or yoga, or doing household chores. You strengthen your muscles. But by doing these inner sizes, I've created over 600 of them, you're strengthening your brain's neuromuscles.
Yeah.
Right? Brain muscles. And so we do that. But then inner size number 2 is called Aya. And Aya stands for AIA. In a calm state now, after I do the first inner size, now I can just be calm. And in a calm state, I can become aware just before or during my anxiety or stress. What was I thinking about?
Yeah.
What was I focusing on? What triggered it? Just calmly have this dialogue. Become aware of your thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and the behaviors that it was causing you to take or not take. Calm, 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 calm.
Yeah.
Right? Because in a calm state, we're not reinforcing the stress pattern.
Right.
In a calm state, mindful, right? You mentioned that before, being mindful. I'm asking myself some questions. That I'm going to go a little bit deeper now. And then I'm going to say, okay, I was thinking about this thing that I was worried about. I was thinking about my children, myself, my husband, my wife, my trauma, my accident, my not having money, whatever it is that's causing me to ruminate. Okay, great. Now, what's your intention just for the next 5 to 10 minutes? What's your intention? Is your intention to be in a state of anxiousness, stress, rumination, worry? Is that your intent? No, it's
No.
what is your intention? My intention is to be relaxed. My intention is to be calm. My intention is to be happy. I say, great, okay, good. So let's have those as the intention. And now let's back it up. Well, what's one thing I can do just to reinforce my intention? One thing.
Yeah.
I
Can
could,
you write those down?
I could
Write them down
and then go do it. No,
and
go
do it.
do it. One little thing. So now what's happening is we become aware, mindful. Now, we go a little bit deeper and go, what may be triggering this and causing this? And what's my intention, to keep it or to release it?
Right.
Now I'm in control. Now I'm in control. You're not a tree.
Right. And so where you're in that calm state, you can make the decision that I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to choose the other thing.
Right. When we're in a state of anxiousness, doubt, worry, fear, anxiety, Frankie's monster is running the show. But in a calm state, Einstein's running the show.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Right. So we want to operate, we want to be aware of Frankie, because Frankie is like an early warning detection mechanism, okay, for the past or the present or the future.
Yeah.
Right. And so Frankie's like going to ruminate on all that stuff. And Frankie has a purpose. Every part of our brain has a purpose. Right. But we don't want to have our brain reinforce disempowering negative patterns. So we have to take another part of ourselves and go, okay, I'm going to change. Right. And now I'm going to operate from the Einstein part of my brain more, because the Einstein part of the brain is the director of your life. But most people are allowing Frankie to direct their lives. Frankie is not a really, really great partner to reinforce all the negative. I mean, Frankie is a great partner to reinforce the negative, right?
Yeah.
And so we want to be more aware. We want to be deliberate. We want to have some tools, for health and wealth and mental fitness and emotional fitness. And we're prepared to make some changes, small ones. We can get stronger. And if we get stronger on the right things, then we can enjoy our lives more. If we enjoy our lives more, we can look in the mirror and be happier. And our kids or husband or wife or whoever can look at us and go, oh my God, you're so much fun and joy to be around. And you think you're wonderful to be around, which is really what you want.
Yes. And at any age, John, that story of your mother reinforced the idea that this is not about, you missed the boat or you didn't do it early enough. Anytime we can change.
I have students from 18 to 93 right now.
Yeah.
93.
Beautiful.
And here's I'm going to go back and remind people of something you may remember. I shared earlier, every brain functionally works the same.
Yes.
By doing what I just suggested, those are just two out of many different techniques and tools you have, but we want to get the fundamentals first.
Right.
There's a few, I have 8 or 9 foundational exercises that we teach all of our students. And then once they get those, we have some more advanced ones that just take along a path. What I want to remind everybody is every brain functionally works the same. The science of neuroplasticity says that I could turn on my neuroplasticity switch, right? No different. I could turn on my light switch in my home or my light switch in my car. We are going to deliberately help you activate your neuroplasticity switch because it turns on when you're born. It basically shuts off when you're about 13, 14, and then it reinforces from 14 to 24 to 54 to 74 to 94, unless you interrupt it, turn the switch back on, and then reinforce your own pattern.
Yeah.
We know what the positive patterns are. We know what the positive language looks like. We know that the average person, okay, new research from the University of Toronto 2 years ago, has 6,200 thoughts a day. It's not 50 or 60,000, it's 6,200. Okay. And the average person has 80% negative thoughts. Now let's do the math. 80% of 6,200 is about 5,000 negative thoughts a day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just put that in perspective. That's 35,000 negative thoughts a week. That's 120, 30,000 negative thoughts a month.
Yeah.
And people are wondering, why am I so negative? Why am I anxious? Why
do I not feel good?
No, because you haven't learned that you're not your thoughts. You have thoughts. Thoughts for me are like bubbles in a glass. And if you can imagine, you have 6,200 bubbles in your aquarium every day. And imagine there's red bubbles and blue ones. Blue ones represent, positive, empowering, constructive. Red ones are your negative, stress, anxiety, rumination, worry. And you have, 80% of the bubbles in the tank are red, 20% are blue. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be aware of the red and the blue. We're going to choose blue and we're going to choose to replace the red.
Yeah.
So we're going to replace 5 red, ones today, and 5 tomorrow, and 5 the next day, and 5 the next day, and 5 the next day, and 5 the next day. Now we go from 80-20, 80 negative, 20 positive, to 70-30, to 60-40, to 50-50. Now we're going positive 60, negative 40. Positive 70, negative 30, positive 80, negative 20. Now, all of a sudden, you're positive, happy, self-talk is great, you're feeling great, and you're doing the things you want to do. Now, it doesn't happen by itself.
Right.
And that's why we started off with, are you interested in getting better, feeling better, doing more, feeling more, experiencing more?
Yeah.
Or are you interested and you're just going to keep doing whatever it takes, and you're going to use the drug of choice to change? Do you know what the drug of choice is? Hopium.
Opium being the drug of choice?
Hopium.
Oh, hopium?
I hope I feel better.
I love it.
I hope things get better. I hope he does this. I hope she stops. I hope.
John, I've never heard that. Oh my gosh.
Everybody's suffering from a drug disorder called hopium.
Oh my gosh, yes. The hope without action, the hope without a plan, the
hope. Yeah, and again, it's the right action.
Yes.
There's not action, right?
Right action.
Way too many people work at something so hard, but just the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody try to solve a Rubik's Cube and they're just like moving things? They're working hard.
No plan.
Well, they don't know the algorithm.
Right.
Yeah. We're dealing with anxiousness, stress, right? Anxiousness falls under the stress category.
Yes.
Do you know what my definition is of stress?
Tell me.
When the current demand or the demand you perceive you will need in the future exceeds your perception of your current capacity.
Okay. But you said perception of your current.
Well, you have this perception that my current, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
How long will this last? You're not in
That's
control,
right.
right?
Right.
So when demand exceeds capacity,
Mm-hmm.
we have the anxious circuit, stress circuit activate. And then it starts with self-talk, rumination, which releases neurochemicals, cause us to feel something. And then we just go on that rampage of we think what we feel what we think, we reinforce that, unbeknownst to us, we're reinforcing the very thing we don't want any more of.
Exactly.
So what if we just started to increase your capacity? We're going
Yeah.
to increase your capacity of awareness. We're going to increase your capacity on your self-talk. We're going to increase your capacity to regulate your own emotions and feelings, increase your capacity of your skills. And we're going to increase your capacity by taking a little bit of action every day with the right actions.
Yeah.
In the right order, at the right time.
Yeah.
There will be your recipe for you to feel, think, and be better.
Yeah. Wow, John, there's so much in there.
Good.
And we can do it. We can do it. There's no, and it starts with that commitment, right? The commitment.
At any age. You can do it at any age. One of the visuals, maybe, Gina, I don't know how much time we're probably going to be running out for time.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping up. Yeah.
I want to give people just something to consider.
Yeah.
When I have an audience, in front of me, I ask them, how many of you could jog slowly a marathon right now? Like I am 63. I weigh 195 pounds. I have 10% body fat. I have a six pack at 63. I'm in phenomenal shape for my age. Now, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm going to add this piece. I can't jog a marathon right now.
Right.
I know kind of what to do, but if I and you, Gina, and many people here, maybe there's some people that they just can't. Maybe there's a disability that they can't. I get that. But let's say you could, but you didn't know how to. If we made a commitment to slowly jog a marathon like Oprah did, right?
Yeah.
Years ago, a year from now, starting with being sedentary and out of shape.
Yeah.
Could almost all of us a year from now, if we made a commitment to learn, well, what should my exercise plan be for today? For some people, it'd be just like stand up and sit down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to start small.
For other people, it'd be just move your finger.
Like mom.
People would be walk a minute. For other people, it's like, go for a short jog for 10 minutes. So if we calibrated everybody's training regimen for exercise, for nutrition, for rest, for food, for sleep, the 5 things that we need, and we knew what you should do based on where you are, would everybody make progress that committed in the next 30 days? Progress.
Absolutely.
And will we make a lot more progress in 90 days?
Yeah.
So those people that maybe just move their finger the first week, maybe they're walking a mile in 90 days.
Yeah.
But if you're walking a mile in 90 days, maybe 90 days from that, you could be running 1 mile.
Yeah.
And if you could run 1 mile 6 months from now, right, maybe, 90 days from that, you could be running 5 miles. But you see, what happens is we can make the commitment first, and we can come back even though we don't know what to eat, how much to sleep, how much to rest, what kind of food to eat, what kind of shoes to have. Should I run or jog in the morning and stretch? Like all that comes after a commitment to a new outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first part is don't settle. Don't settle for what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And just say, you know what? I'm going to choose a better version of me.
Yeah.
Or me.
Yeah.
Choose happiness. I'm going to choose positivity. I'm going to choose. I don't know how. But I'm going to choose that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to learn how.
Yes.
And I'm going to learn how in a methodical, doable, safe, secure way.
Yeah.
And you can find people like Gina, people like me. We can find the how after we commit to the what.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can find that after we've made the commitment and are willing to stick with I think making a commitment can be difficult, and knowing that there are people out there to help, like you, John, and myself, and all the other people that my listeners have run into that are helpful. Actually making a plan to touch in with these things and make the commitment. I always tell people to find a camp and stick with it, because sometimes people try 800 different things and you don't make a lot of progress usually.
Like a little bee.
So while we're there, John, why don't you tell my audience all of the places they can find you and learn more about your work?
Yeah. If anybody wants to look at the Inner Size app, there's inner sizes that we have. It's brain training inner size with me as your
Yes.
mindset coach and mental fitness trainer. And
Yep.
it needs a pair of headphones or earbuds. And I'll walk you through a series of inner sizes. I'll walk you through courses, programs for health and self-image and self-worth and self-esteem and for stress reduction and for getting rid of overwhelm and money. And there's literally 600 different inner sizes, beautifully organized by category, to help you train your brain to achieve whatever it is that you want to stop or start. And then we have world-renowned expert video trainings in our expert series. We have an entire program on more self-confidence. We have an entire program with videos and workbooks and manuals on losing weight and keeping it off. And it's all in the Inner Size app. And the investment, I'll let people know up front, is like $99 for a year access, or $12.99 a month.
Yeah.
$99 for lifetime. So they can
And
do.
it's nicely organized. It's really well put together, John. Hat tip.
Yeah, so there's tens of thousands of people enjoying it right now. I think there's like 1,100, 5-star reviews on Google and Amazon. So Google and Apple. So innersize.com or the app.
Okay. Yeah.
They can take a look at my New York Times best-selling books on Amazon. Inner Size is one of the books we have. Or they can look at my books, or they can go to my Instagram page at John Assaraf. I post every day. They can take a look at my YouTube videos. I have hundreds of videos that have been seen by millions of people. They can go to johnassaraf.com if they want to read more about me, or myneurogym.com if they want to find out about our company. So I'm all over social media. I write.
Yes, you are.
Live events for free. We have coaching programs for money and business, but we specialize in helping people strengthen their mindset and really train their mindset and emotions so they can achieve whatever goal they want to. And sometimes we have to, all of us, like stop doing something.
Yeah.
We have to stop some stuff. We have to stop some of the negative, disempowering stuff. That's holding us hostage. It's causing us to procrastinate, self-sabotage, and to settle our life away.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the work I'm passionate about. And it's work I love to help people with.
And you've been doing it a long time. And I am so grateful that you would spend time with me and my listening family. And I will put a link to all of those in the show notes, so it'll be easy for people to find you. And John, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and do keep in touch. We're thrilled to have had you here.
And we'll do special for your audience, and I'll have you connect with David. If you like, I will give you a link for everybody to download one of my little mini books on the power of gratitude.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. Make sure David gets me that link.
I'm going to make a note of that right now. I'm going to take a sheet of paper here, and I'm going to make a note.
You're like me. I always have to make a note.
Well, yeah. I'm making a note right now. Gina, so wonderful being with you and your audience, and thank you for the privilege of serving you and them.
Thank you so much, John. I'll be back in a few more days with another podcast. Until then, be well and aloha.